Well, thanks, friend. If you don't insist on having them to yourself, I'll give you a hand.
Pleasure, friend.
You must be Jim Bowie. The size and shape is as described, and this knife is certainly everything I heard it was.
I'm Bowie.
I'm Davy Crockett.
Well, I've heard a lot about you.
I've heard a lot about you, too. I'd admire to buy you a drink, or 8 or 10.
Oh, excuse me.
What's up, guys? It's Blade Lore, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the SZCO Supplies Bowie knife. So, this is actually a new knife. It hasn't been used besides for light paper tests. So, yeah, you get to actually see the box, which, here's how it looks. I think older models of this knife came with a different sheath and box, but whatever, it's the same knife. Here's the specs. It's carbon steel from what I know, so that means you can't really get it wet, otherwise it'll rust or patina, I think is what it's called, really quickly. But yeah, that's about it. The inside, not much. It has that little tip guard. We'll go over the specs of the knife right now, I guess. It has this brass kind of handle, these pins here, full tang as well, like the other Bowie knife. Most Bowie knives are. Here's the sheath. I really like this sheath, the snap on it, everything. And we'll take the knife out in a second. I'm kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'll show you kind of like this sheath. This knife stays in there really without the sheath. You have to wiggle it out, but here it is. It's a really shiny knife. I always wanted a knife like this ever since I was young. When I was younger, around 12 years old, I was really into the Battle of the Alamo, so I always wanted Jim Bowie's knife, and this is the closest I've gotten to having that. This is exactly how I wanted one for my childhood, just like this, just a big, mean Jim Bowie knife. So, with that out of the way, I guess all that's left is to do some tests, with a sharpness test first. Alright, I'm just using paper that I just used to test out another knife, but here we go. Oh, that's pretty sharp. It gets caught kind of right here. I mean, this is like a Pakistan kind of Bowie knife, so it ain't the best at sharpening, but it'll get the job done. So, yeah, I guess while we're at it, I might as well compare it to the other Bowie knife and the last one I reviewed, which is the Mossy Oak Bowie knife. So let me just pull that out of the sheath, and here we go. Here are my two Bowie knives. I might do, well, I'm actually planning on making a video where it's called like Battle of the Bowies or something, where I basically just put these two up, see which one's sharper, which one batons better, and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of batoning, that's probably going to be well, not probably, that is the next test we're going to do, so I'll be right back. Well, for y'all, it'll be instant, but for me, I got to set everything up, so catch you guys later. All right, I learned from my past mistakes. We're going to baton on solid ground and not freaking, yeah, we're not going to baton on mud anymore, so. I want to crack the handle, so it kind of there it is. You can baton, but I'm also gonna wipe the blade. The handle kind of cracks a little bit, so this is more of a show knife than it is a batoning knife, but it can baton. I don't know what else I can really test out with this knife, because I don't want to beat it up as much as I did the other knife. I guess we can see if it can curl. Yeah, this doesn't have the best edge, but it can curl. So, is it the best Bowie knife? No. But is it a nice one? Yeah. It just won't stay, and I almost cut myself just there, but it's a decent little Bowie knife, more for history nerds who aren't able to afford like authentic versions of the Bowie knife. So yeah, it's a childhood dream come true. I like it. Probably not going to use it outside because again, I'm really worried about that handle. That it's not a bad crack. I don't know if that was there before. I might have to check, but I've seen a lot of handles on this thing crack in other videos, and luckily the guard hasn't come loose on mine from that batoning. So yeah, I don't think I'll be making that Battle of the Bowie video because filming this made me realize, oh, this is really kind of don't want to destroy this too much. So I might make that video. It depends on how much y'all want it. But I was kind of always scared of that coming into this video. But with that, I'm Blade Lore. Sorry that this review was so short, but yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.